Hi, it's Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and you're tuned into Everything I Touch, I Enjoy. Tonight we have Ryan Martin of Hot Releases on to talk about what his plans are for the label, and hopefully for 2022, and hopefully we'll have some friends along the way to tell us. I just realized that I forgot my laptop charger at work, so we're going to broadcast today as long as the battery holds out. Here's the new Faster Detail video. Hope you enjoy. That was the new Faster Detail video. He's got a CD coming out on hot releases. Yo, I'm gonna introduce tonight's guest. This is everybody say hey to Ryan Martin. Ryan, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So you got a big year ahead of you for the label. Let's start off talking about what you got up your sleeve.
I guess we just dropped 4 new releases. The Nail Club LP, the Faster Detail CD Refresh, and then debut releases by John O'Neill and Chucha, who are 2 longtime favorites. They've Chucha especially, I mean, both of them especially, but Chucha has been playing lots of live sets, but not recording any of them, and or she hasn't released any recorded stuff, but been performing a lot. So it's been like really excited to finally get like a release of hers, and then John's a longtime friend who sends me really interesting music every so often that he's been working on, and I think this is some of the best stuff yet he sent. So I'm real excited for more people to hear it other than just myself.
This is people who are primarily in the Triangle area these days.
But I know John and Laura both from the Triangle. Like they both live in LA now. But so yeah, I guess like the only release of the 4 that's Triangle or North Carolina, located is as Faster Detail.
Nice. And you said there's a Nail Club record coming out as well?
Yeah, it just came out this week. It's lo-fi, gritty, minimal synth pop. Or it's her style is really cool, very like raw, recorded on tape, 4-track tape, kind of buzzing and cracking, and yeah, she's really good at writing songs and coming up with catchy songs that are also like very gritty, and but will also get stuck in my head for days at a time. So
we're gonna play her video in a little while, but for those of you tuning in, I just realized that, or for those of you just tuning in, I just realized that I left my laptop charger at work, so I am afraid tonight's broadcast might be kind of brief, on the brief side. So enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah. Cool, man. What's been going on with you in North Carolina?
Geez. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of been pretty busy with this label stuff lately, and also just trying to finish up some of my own recordings. It's been kind of long in coming, and yeah, I don't know. Haven't been going to any shows recently, sadly. It's been cold here. I've been spending more time, which is kind of I've been going a little stir crazy, being indoors more often. I don't know. Like I'm also, I should say, I'm pretty brain dead at the moment. So it's hard for me to recall certain things just in time for this show.
Yeah.
Or to articulate myself, rather, I should say.
I'm also completely flatlined mentally today.
Yeah. Okay, glad it's not just me.
No, I'm completely out of it. So yeah, what have you been working on? Because I know I have been away from North Carolina for a while now, and I kind of from afar noticed that you started using different project names, and that they had pretty distinct sounds and aesthetics. And I was just wondering if you felt like talking about that at all.
Yeah, it's yeah, just kind of wanted to maybe start mixing things up, and instead of, I don't know, I've been performing as Secret Boyfriend since 2005, and it began as sort of like a joke, joke name or whatever, sort of jokey stuff. not jokes, but just it wasn't like, you know, it was more like silly or whatever. Just and I don't know, I just kind of held on to the name for a while, and because it kind of pops a little bit, and just experimenting with different monikers and seeing what that might draw out. Like right now, Fossilized Wilderness has just been um, all electronic stuff, mostly like um, glitches from digital media, and uh, and yeah, and Carl Raymar is just more sort of ambient, more instrumental stuff. Um, and then Secret Boyfriend is just, I guess, songs that it could be any of those things, but I think the main difference is that they're like will sometimes be songs where I sing. And, yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
Nice. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's quite a bit. Is there like, yeah, did you want to comment at all at like the reasoning behind like it seems like Hot Releases is like super busy and really pumping on all fours these days.
um, yeah, just kind of. Uh, I feel like I just had more energy in the past couple years to start to. Um, yeah, I think maybe to focus more confidently on the label. I guess, you know, I feel like you do these sorts of yeah, I don't know. I've been doing this since about 2008, so um, I don't know. There's like just been times changed, or the situations of like releasing music change, like the scene ebbs and flows. There's a learning curve also involved in the whole process, and just kind of adjusting. But I feel like on pretty stable grounds right now, and I feel like it's stable. It's just have more energy to devote to um, putting out stuff, and um, I don't know. And also, I just been talking to more people, and I just ended up with it. Just happened to be like all these projects came to fruition like around this year. So um, I don't know. It's a kind of combination of all these things, I guess. Maybe also like the pandemic making. I feel like for me, the pandemic sort of made recorded media, um, recorded music, like so much more important as someone who like goes out to shows and sees. I don't know. Is sort of involved in, you know, a musical, an underground music scene or whatever. So yeah, I think I don't know. I know I've listened to more music in the past couple years than I have in a long time, um, and also I feel like maybe similarly other people are sort of more engaged with like recording and kind of communicating that way, or sharing work that way versus I don't know. Yeah.
Live versus live.
Yeah, versus live. Yeah.
More collections, less sets.
Yeah.
Folks, this might be a goof because you already know, but here it is, a little QR code. Scan that and that'll take you to hotreleasesbandcamp.com. You probably don't need to be prompted, but maybe some of you would appreciate the convenience of scanning that QR code and being brought directly to that website. If you want to join the show and chat or ask a question of Ryan, I implore you to do so promptly. You don't want to miss the opportunity due to my laptop battery dying. We got a chat in the message from chat. See if it works. Nope. All right. You got a message from chat saying your recent split with Russian Zarlag was monumental. Do you want to comment on that release?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Uh, yeah, I was really happy with how that turned out. All of it. I felt like when I was recording my side, it was during like a little period of renewed inspiration or whatever. So um, that's why I felt like I really wanted my site to be basically the length of an album, and thankfully that meant Carlos's side was also just under 40 minutes too. But yeah, I was really happy. Carlos's side is some of my favorite stuff he's ever done, and yeah, it was great to really special to collaborate on a split again with him.
Is that online or is that exclusively on Cathedral?
Yeah, it's on both the Inmost and Psychic Liberation Bandcamps.
Nice. So before we segue into showing the Nail Club video, I know we touched on the project a bit in description, but do you want to say anything about the project or what it's like to work with?
Yeah, I'm really happy with. Um, I've been able to do a couple of releases with Sarah Storm's Nail Club project, and I'm really glad more people are hearing her stuff. I think for a while, I feel like I just kind of came across her stuff online, and initially in 2017, and was like, this is really cool. I don't know who this person is. Uh, and it's I feel like my impression was that she was making really cool music, and these she was in Pensacola, and now she's in New Orleans. But in Pensacola, I sort of just got a sense of maybe isolation, and just doing really really amazing work, but sort of maybe removed from people who would appreciate it. So I'm glad that I think more and more people have been finding her stuff and digging into it the past few years.
Cool. Hopefully this video premiere will do some more work in service of that endeavor.
Yeah, hopefully.
So this was a video directed by Nero Nava.
Yes, I believe so.
And this is Nail Club. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this video. We'll be right back with Ryan. Hell yeah, I love that vibe. It sounded so good.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure.
I'm curious what you've been listening to lately. If anything's like been sticking out.
Oh man. Yeah, I've been listening to. I mean, uh, it's I've definitely been since I've been working on recording and mixing a lot of my own stuff. I haven't really been um, listening to as much music, other music, but I have been listening to a lot of. This is yeah. I mean, this is self-serving, I guess, in a way, or sounds that way. But I've been listening to a lot of stuff that's in the pipeline for hot releases, like just kind of soaking it in. So, been listening to a lot of the tracks from the DJ Chooch tape that I'm putting out, which is kind of lo-fi, gritty, kind of dreamy acid stuff, and also stuff from the Riley tape I'm putting out, which is kind of like this like sort of subterranean, murky kind of jungle stuff, and also stuff by Truck Stop Strangler, which is sort of more noise. Hey, is there someone else?
Hello?
Yeah,
Whoa.
there's somebody. How about
Oh,
that?
I guess maybe I can see somebody, but the audience can't. So, uh, but yeah, fuck. What have I been? Yeah, that's always the most difficult question. I can never recall what I've been listening to as soon as someone asks. Um,
We got a homie, Josh Levi, and he wants to say hello.
Hey, how's it going?
hey, Josh, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice. Um, well, yeah, I sent a video to Jeremy earlier and he said to call in, so I'm calling in.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Oh yeah, here's Virgil. We're just
Virgil.
reading glow in the dark dinosaur books.
1 year later, Virgil.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to in my video I said, Jeremy, I love the show. Thanks for doing it. It's awesome. It's good to like see everyone and hear everyone. And Ryan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really out of it today for some reason. So, and also I'm
Yeah.
unaccustomed to video chatting, so it's like kind of getting adjusting to that. So, but yeah, otherwise, can't complain. Pretty good. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I had a question for you. Um, it was, you know, what in like maybe experimental or underground music like really changed everything for you? Like
Oh,
maybe it was a gig or a record, but it kind of like cemented that you wanted to be a part of everything.
Music
oh.
I can also take my question off the air.
we did music class. Then after music class, we long time play. And go to a band, drink bottle.
All right.
Nice.
Well, that's a fun question. Easy. I think um, I think a really interesting, well, really formative experience that made a big impression on me was seeing Sonic Youth play in 1998. It was like my first time at a club, and one of the opening acts was Solmania, which is like a Japanese noise project, and um, as I understand, they're a duo, but at that show, I only remember there being one person, and someone comes on stage with like a modified guitar and just is performing harsh noise. That's my first like live harsh noise experience, and it was really exciting. The set must have only been like 8 minutes long, but there was one part where after all these kind of like low and mid tones, all those dropped, and it was just this one high, piercing, like frequency that just made my jaw drop, and it was like this sort of masochistic pleasure, I guess. And but it was just like it was just a real like brain drilling experience, and I didn't find out about other like noise shows like that till like a few years later. But that was kind of my entry into it, knowing that this is like the sort of thing that I would like to see more often, and just also in terms of like underground's non-mainstream, sounds, noise, music.
Nice. Thanks, Josh.
Oops.
If anybody else wants to jump in, I dropped the browser URL in the chats in YouTube, so you can find it, copy and paste it, drop it in a browser, and it'll magically make you appear in the in the show, which is pretty cool. Those questions are cool. Like, what are your influences? Formative events?
Yeah, it's kind of like what breaks you off from, I don't know,
Your past?
this certain trajectory you might have been on, and I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Opened up a new world of possibilities.
Possibly
Yeah,
ruined your
definitely
life.
fucked everything up. / made it bearable to go on.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect.
I don't think we talked about all the stuff that you have in store for us this year, did we? There's still more things to go into before my battery dies.
Gosh, yeah, it's just gonna be kind of a list. Like I kind of mentioned the DJ Chooch and
Yeah,
Riley
who is
tapes.
that?
DJ Chooch is Ashley Chuhin, who's based in just outside of Atlanta, or maybe Atlanta proper. I'm not sure. But yeah, she was a DJ at WXYC, which is the local freeform station. That and I guess she's like primarily a DJ, but met her at a rave right before COVID, and then saw she posted like a track that she made, and I really liked it a lot. And she has even more, and she had even more in store. So it'd be her first release. And then Riley is someone, as a New York person, I saw her project Neuter, which is a harsh noise thing. And there's got a neuter tape which I thought was really beautiful. It's called Rush, and I wanted to do some work with Riley, and she sent me this tape, these recordings she recorded a few years ago of I guess sort of jungle influenced, like sort of downbeat. No, what's it? Down tempo rather, kind of pieces. Really interesting. Definitely way different than the neuter stuff, but yeah, like very, very good. Like she's very, very good with sounds. Whether it's like working with making crude noise from tape machines or doing like more higher end production.
When do you think those will be around?
The Riley tape next month. Definitely, it'll be ready to go next month, and hopefully the DJ Chooch tape will be like not too far behind. But definitely a lot of more beat oriented stuff for the first part of this year.
Sweet. I'm pulling some emergency moves to try to prolong the broadcast. I apologize if I'm temporarily distracted. We got a question from New Jersey, and it was, what's Ryan's favorite horror flick that he's watched recently?
Oh, damn. Wow. Let me think. I've definitely been watching some good stuff lately. I might say, well, last Friday there was a double feature at a local theater of Betty Davis's Dead Ringer and Joan Crawford's William Castle film Straight Jacket, and those were really great. Maybe only Straight Jacket kind of is in the horror zone, but I think one of the like one movie that made a big impression on me recently was Gore Horror from 1994, which is like a shot-on-video movie that me and my friend Kat stayed up late and watched, and after watching 2 movies before that, and it was really inspiring. We like a month or 2 later, we ended up like doing a live score to it, which was super fun, and almost kind of like almost sacrilegious because the soundtrack to Gore Horror is so good, but it was definitely fun to try to put our own spin on it.
We got a question from the homie Josh Levi, and he said, what's one of your favorite tour memories?
Oh man, I mean, when you just said tour memory, the first thing that pops into my head is, I mean, there's lots of good, stories that happen, when you tour. You come back with, interesting stories, good memories, etc. But the first thing that popped into my head was the first time I played out of state solo in 2009. I did like a week-long tour with Russian Zarlag. So that was like my first ever solo tour, and sort of my first ever, like, I don't know, real like touring with someone who toured before and kind of knew the drill. So it was when our first show was in Philly, and it was at PFAS, the Philadelphia Institute for Advanced Studies, which was just like a warehouse. And so at the end of the night, I guess I should say that we were touring with I couldn't get my license in time for a tour, but my housemate at the time agreed to be the driver. And he was kind of going through this, he was maybe a little bit unhinged at the time, and also sort of embracing this, like, I don't know, this sort of redneck energy, for lack of a better word. And he brought his shotgun on tour, and in case he wanted to shoot it every so often. And so at the end of the night, we're kind of lingering outside of the warehouse. These 2 short, squat women roll up with and they're wearing and they have like a bunch of children with them, and they're like, where's Daddy? And I was like, I think he's inside, because there was a guy in there earlier people were calling Daddy, and one of the, I shall say, my roommate at the time, he also was wearing a dagger on his belt, and one of the kids was like, "Can I see your knife?" And he's like, "Sure," and hands the kid his knife, and he gets it back pretty soon after. But all of a sudden, I notice like one of the women is just punching this tall, skinny guy in the face, and there's some yelling, and I'm like, and I'm kind of slow to react. I'm like, what the fuck what's going on? Why is this happening? Like, why did that guy just get punched in the face? And then one of the other performers who played yelled at the woman, like, and called her like ugly or something, which was kind of crazy. And the woman just like charged over there and like punched her in the face. And we were we were giving her a ride back to wherever we were staying, and so we were trying to leave, and the woman was like blocking our car and was just like, no, you're not leaving, you're not going anywhere. I got a gun around the corner. You got daggers, I got bangers. And my roommate, who was very drunk at that point of the night, he just like pops open the trunk and pulls out his shotgun, and then and is like, and the woman is screams, runs across the street like, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? This is insane. And with that window, that opening, we have uh we got to get out of here. And I'm like, hey roommate, get in the car. And he's like, nah, I've been waiting for this my whole life. Like he's been waiting to get into like a gun battle in Philadelphia his whole life, I guess. But I was just like, no, you're being stupid. Get in the car. And I drove us, obviously. And yeah, it was just really this. That was my first show out of town, and my second time in Philadelphia. That was also kind of weird and violent. But yeah, that was just like that one is the first. That one really sticks out to me as just like a formative experience. And the funny thing is, I've talked to Carlos about this like years later, and he's kind of both agreed that like if my housemate didn't bring his gun, I don't know like what would have happened, you know. So it actually, really came in handy.
Yeah, at
So,
that moment.
yeah.
We got another chat question.
Yeah.
Question. How do you write or compose your songs? And heads up to everybody watching, the broadcast might abruptly end when my battery dies, unfortunately. So this may be the last question, but take it away, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, it depends. I've got a few different approaches. Like if I'm writing a song on sometimes I'll write stuff on a guitar, or like come up with like play around with the drum machine and add like key parts over top of it. And then just usually the lyrics are like the first snatches of them are some of the first things that just kind of occur to me to say. And then from there, I'll think about just sort of think about what the piece of music is inspiring in me, or what sort of images it's conjuring, and then try to also articulate those with words. I guess that's and usually I write through the recording process.
Yeah, so pretty open-ended at first, and then you kind of start drawing associations between the different ideas, and it gets more funneled into a finished product.
Yeah, and then looking back at it, sometime years later, I kind of understand what I was writing better, or how it actually makes more sense, or a different sort of sense, which is an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, hindsight. That was an excellent question, chat room. I want to thank you for that. I think I might just ceremoniously end the broadcast a bit prematurely, unfortunately.
Yeah,
just so we kind of like gracefully avoid getting just chopped off in the middle of a sentence.
how much battery do you have?
It's like a sliver of a red.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
It's kind of like any moment, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry this is how it played out. It's kind of on brand for the energy for me today, though. Just like
No, same. It totally makes sense for me too. Yeah.
walking out of work with my battery charger plugged in to the wall still. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to jump in and say hi to Ryan, I left the URL browser code in the chat room, and this is your absolutely last chance to do that. Did we cover pretty much everything that you've got in store for us?
I should say I've got some other stuff in the pipeline, from Wilted Woman, SHV, Truck Stop Crystal, my own stuff, and I think a cost tape.
Are you going to be self-releasing your stuff this year?
Yeah. Well, there's definitely, just for expediency, I think I'm just gonna like, self-release some of it, and then depending on how things go, see if anyone else wants to release it.
Yeah.
Like once it's finished.
Mostly Secret Boyfriend stuff?
Yeah, and Secret Boyfriend and Fossilized Wilderness, and like a Carl Raymar release that I've just been trying to like finish the mixes on.
Nice. Nice. Psyched to check that stuff out. Sweet, man. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. It's like it's good. I think it's really nice to have in this day and age.
Yeah, sort of essential winter pastime. Have a great rest of your night, and we're sure I speak for everybody when I say we're all super psyched to looking forward to each and every one of these releases.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah,
no problem. I'm really sorry, everybody, that I left the phone charger at work. I'm gonna bring us back to Acoustic Corner now. I hope so.
For a long way through, I'll be lying next to you, and I'll never ever get it off my mind. And I won't be alone, you'll be ringing like the phone, always taking up a little bit more time. But am I really gonna cross that line? Making room in this old place for something to do, disguised as something great. Is this madness? Is this sorrow? Or is this beauty's wake? In the winter when the flowers go to heaven with good reason, summer sun is burning shoulders, but we don't notice any of the rain or sunshine, day to day life. Cause we've been trapped in a world where the gods speak loudly and the moon sits still, where men meet monsters on the mountain and engage in some game of skill. And all the muses' tongues are speaking double so much that the head falls ill. thing displays, going round in circles, going round the place. In darkness or anything unreal, in search of something so important, something that can feel. Then I read that written page, and its lines